Yeah. I mean, it's not the same as GTA golf. It's a little bit better. And it only costs $4.99 right now. It went on sale like yesterday or the day before yesterday, and I guess it was $19.99 then. And I just decided to buy it today. I had no idea it was going on sale and said $4.99. So I went and bought myself a fucking PS card real quick. Bought the game. Oh, done. I think it's something to do during the daytime when the blue screens in GTA are hot, so I don't have time to fuck around with the blue screen, so I'm gonna play this shit, you know? Like, the putting gets tricky because the greens are pretty fucked up.
Presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour.
I did one round. This is my
Today it's live opening round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. All set to go.
Yeah,
we take you to the first hole. Frank, you've been there so many times. Really nothing like the first tee of a brand new championship.
The thought of the unknown. The beauty of sport, you and the golf course. Doesn't get any better, Rich. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there.
Look at Alconian.
Frank, what's the player facing now with this approach shot here at the first?
Well, Rich, that tee shot looked like a draw off the tee. The second shot, because of that bunker just short right of that green, suits the cut coming in here.
Yeah, this looks like a downhill green close to the pin. Oh no! Oh no!
Headed for the bunker, I think. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
It's gonna hit that, huh? So I got a hit on the bottom. Still not any more club. Fuck, bro. Get me out of the zone.
Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the win right now.
Right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today.
Come on, help.
So they'll tap in. So that's a bogey, and now to 1 over par for the tournament. To the second hole now, par 4, only 371 yards. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's really a layup hole here. No need to hit driver down there. The biggest bunker in the distance there is about 300 yards. You have to avoid that. Nothing wrong with hitting an iron or even a hybrid off this.
Oh, I fucking hooked that shit.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
People
So
are
that ball
watching
nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that
this? I
tee
can
ball.
make it through this trees.
Frank, the skins game was played at PGA West, the stadium course, many years ago. 1987, Lee Trevino did something that really stood out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, to make a hole-in-one anywhere is obviously something to be remembered. But when you do it on TV, national TV, and on a hole like 17, Alcatraz, all the way across the water, everybody complained about how hard the golf course was, and Trevino gives it that little bang, little cut, bang, in it goes, one. Trevino could play any golf course, no matter how hard it was.
It was a one that was worth 175,000, $175,000. That won him the carryover skin in the skins game.
Maybe rough. 62%.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over. Now to the third hole, a par 4, 471 yards. Frank, break this hole down for us.
Well, the trouble appears down that left side with the series of bunkers. But you've got to take into account the trees that are well positioned down the right side. Plus, as you can see, this fairway is not exactly flat.
Get that turbo. See, that's the problem. When you fucking try to... I'm on a different fairway.
What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
I can make this, though.
Frank, this one is right and is wrong. In the thick stuff.
Thick, it's brutal out there.
Clean stroke.
And setting up here in the rough. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up.
You know that.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Fucking dick bird.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Oh, you are killing
Man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. Too bad. 2 drop shots right there with a double bogey. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the 4th. It has not gone all that well Early in the round for our featured golfer, what do they need to do, Frank, to turn this thing around?
Well, you can't dwell on what's just happened. There's plenty of holes ahead. Look at the scorecard, par fives to play, things like that. Really pick apart this golf course. There's going to be plenty of opportunities around the corner.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
No, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. It's that sneaky distance. Well, for such a strong man, weak putt.
Now I'll have to make this just to avoid making Michael Dublé. This would be a good time to reverse the slide. 5 over par on the day. Well, that'll do it for day number 1, and a tough start for some of those who were hoping for better things.
+5, that's good,
slow
right?
start, surprisingly, really, and hard to put your finger on why, because we saw a lot of good golf, but now, outside looking in, we'll need to play well tomorrow.
Keeping it 100. Oh, what the fuck is this? This is like... I don't know what this is. The Quinta, it looks like California, but I don't know where the fuck the Quinta is.
This is EA Sports. EGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live second round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. Good swing, good shot yet again. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Well, this one's tracking.
Very nice, but thank you.
Frank, I'm sure it feels good to get some red numbers on the card, but this tournament is probably too far out of reach at this point.
Good question.
We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Oh, wow.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is. Well, it's going to take a good one here, considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. That will be a great look at birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Makes the putt for a birdie. Now we're at the 8th hole here at PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a three-shotter. But if you can get it close to that crosswork that goes there, then certainly this becomes opportunity knocks.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
This is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And it makes the green in regulation.
Yeah, man. Like I say, $4.99, dude. You can't
Frank, I'm
beat it.
not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Way off.
Looks like he just misread that. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Setting himself up for a good weekend, the wily golf instructor makes his birdie. Frank, the ninth hole at 452 yards, with that water down the right, is really a test of a player's driving ability, isn't it?
It is, and his ability to sort of take the shot on. Ideally, just something with a little bit of a fade, unless you can carry the ball 300 yards, then you can get it just past that bunker. But when you look at this hole, notice how that fairway just starts to open up. So Pete Dye will reward an aggressive tee shot, but also he'll punish it if it's wayward.
Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. They
don't
need to
wanna
be
chip
strong
from
with
here.
this.
Maybe. Look at that.
What a shot right there.
Look at that.
Beautifully done. Frank, the ninth hole, a par 4 measuring 452 yards. This is no picnic.
This is the toughest tee shot on the front side. The easy way to bail out down the left side, it might appear that way off the tee, but then it becomes a zigzag hole where it's very easy to clock up something like a 6. The bunker down that right side, just 300 yards to get past that, but it's almost like he gives you an option there. If you do want to challenge that right side, the bunker just might save you from going in the water. But there's no question, the best drive is down the right, but it's the most dangerous one.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Today it's live third round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. To the par 4 12th here at PGA West, short at 363 yards.
Oh, dude. Every time I try to turbo.
Are you for real? It was terrible.
I swing, it fucks me up. I can't do that at the same time. I'm not going to make it up here. What am I hitting at? 62%?
Slight miss, and he'll have to deal with some of the heavy grass.
Hitting at 86. Okay, we'll do it here.
Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go.
Could have been worse. I'll take a piss. Be right back.
Well, Frank, we came off a hole, the short par 4 12th, where players no doubt were thinking about making birdie. Here, it's a different story. Why?
It is. Well, 13's always going to be unlucky for some. There's so much water down there on that left side, and the way it sort of laps up to the wooden bulkhead, it looks anything other than a straight shot. And this is where you have to mentally move the flag. You've got to push that flag in your mind's eye to the right side of the green and say, I do not want to go left of that.
All right. What do we got here?
Strong wind here early in the round.
Down 10 feet.
This is a good-looking shot. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Par yesterday, now for birdie.
Oh, dude.
Mark a birdie on the card. Well, Frank, kind of a make-or-break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left.
Good contact, good result. That was just a beautiful drive and hit it solid and right in the middle. Frank, golf may be the best sport to follow from this standpoint. You can get closer to the great athlete in golf than you can in any other sport. You could stand 5 feet from Tiger Woods at a tee box as he's getting ready to drive. I mean, that's really unusual in sports.
Yeah, it's a different type of spectator sport, especially if you follow your favorite player all the way around the golf course. Because it's not like waiting for your favorite hitter in a baseball game. You know, you've got to wait several innings. You can literally see him hit every single shot, drive through the putt.
About there, maybe.
Wow, I thought he made that. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in. Well read.
Solid par 4 here. The 15th is 468 yards.
Oh, this is probably get away with trying to turbo.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Ideal position, sitting up perfectly. Frank, the 15th is called turning home. Time now to turn on the jets, and a good chance.
Yeah, after a good drive, once again, height's going to be rewarded here with the second shot. See the way that green is protected by the bunkers. So if you can come in here really high, get that to land soft, there's a lot of flags on this green that you can go at.
Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Oh my goodness, how did he miss that?
You dirty whore.
Just a little tap in here. And he makes it for par. So through 3 rounds, just outside the top 10, what kind of a chance do you give a player who is sitting outside the first 10?
Yeah, it's slim. I certainly would not say none, though, Rich. You know, we've countless times over the years seen someone post an early one in and watch the leaders crumble at the end. Good opportunity tomorrow. Put a good round on the board and then just sit back and wait. And then remember, there's also the chance of a playoff.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Today, it's the final round of the Career Builder Challenge. Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's 2 definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Now the approach shot here at 14.
That fucking green. I can already see it going downhill right there.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
79%. It's not in the hole.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
It's in the hole.
A great roll right there. Just a pure stroke right in the heart. Now at the 15th, par 4, 468 yards. It is nicknamed Turning Home as we are making our way towards the close of this round.
I'm loving that balance.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Second shot now at 15.
Wow, that wind.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. He'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
some power.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. He'll take par and move on.
Yo, Anarchy, highlight by.
Frank, this could be an exciting and pivotal point in the round, the par 5 16th.
Especially if the player decides to have a go here. If you're going to take it on a direct line, then you've got to carry all of that bunker complex. But then the other thing to realize, what's the worst thing that can happen? Just in the bunker, right? It's worth a go. Either that, hit it down the right side. There's no way you're going to reach this par 5 and 2.
Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That will be a great look at birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. So into the top 15 on the leaderboard with that birdie. A few more, and who knows, maybe top 10 or top 5. So, Frank, you arrive on the tee box. What are you thinking here as you look out at the hole they call Alcatraz? Par 3 17th at 168 yards.
Well, we've seen it all here, Rich, from that hole-in-one that Lee Trevino had in the Skins game all the way back in 1987 to people splashing away left, right, and center. No advice here. You can see what's in front of you.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot.
Way too much.
On the green in regulation. Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If you can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the confidence.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. So a tester from 4 feet.
Are you getting
so close?
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Blemish on the scorecard, a bogey. Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
just playing excellent golf. 5 under for the tournament. Frank, we did see some good golf out there today, but others really struggled.
Yeah, any competitive player wants to win. We don't doubt that, but we know you're not going to win them all. So it's still important for every golfer to continue to gain experience, to actually get something out of each and every tournament they play in.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic. They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee.
Second shot.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Settles in over the putt. A birdie will send him to 1 under on the leaderboard. Strong par 5 to start, followed by a good par 3. The second hole is 225 yards.
2 bunkers, Rich, when you look at this par 3. In between is a nice corridor. And that's really the line that you want to be looking at going at this par 3. Just thread the gap, and you should safely find the green.
And it makes the green in regulation. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this. Rich, it's been a very good workmanlike performance. Yet another birdie.
Into the top 15 on the leaderboard. The third hole here at the Wetlands is a par 4, 460 yards. Frank, it appears to be a pretty straightforward tee shot.
It is, and actually, Rich, when I was watching the web.com event here, this is where I saw those young, talented players really take advantage of a hole like this. Just ramrod straight. They teed it up and just ripped it down there, and these are the sort of holes they can often make 3 on. Bunkers sort of short, left and right. Plenty of green to work with. A nice high-flying second shot will be well rewarded here.
And the second shot now. This from 170 yards. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
He's putting for birdie now. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the fourth. Frank, I've been impressed with the play to this point early in the round.
Yeah, it's solid without being spectacular, and that's actually a huge compliment. Should be safely on deck.
Wow, that sucked.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Actually.
On the way.
What happened? Oh, is it going in? It's in the hole. Yeah,
Always nice to be comfortably inside that cut line. A wily golf instructor makes birdie. Good look now at the fifth hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, and it's a good one. 635 yards.
Oh, I like that.
Look at that dog leg, man. Fuck's sake.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Playing his second shot.
Oh, dude.
Par 5.
I don't want to be here.
$115 yards. This has really been impressive. High level of golf today, putting on a clinic out there. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Excellent read for birdie to move to 5 under for the tournament. That's the end of round 1, and we saw a lot of good golf out there today.
And it was a bonus to anyone that got off to a good start today.
Level 20 in one day. Good, good, good. Tiger Woods is still on this shit. Oh my god.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
You put me in the fucking goddamn tree.
This is taken off on a weird line.
It's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
I can't take a driver in that shit. Oh yeah, flush shot or punch.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Right off the edge.
Just a fraction softer, then it might have just turned in.
So they'll tap in.
Ain't nobody got time for pars.
Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there. Eighth hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book, because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat.
No.
And,
No.
I wouldn't say easy.
Fucking tree, man.
Not too bad.
Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
So Frank out of the bunker and back into play.
Yeah, the late Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's always the next one. Well, by getting the ball back in play, he just made that a little easier. Another good swing, another good approach shot.
Rage quit.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Rich, you got to tell me what happened. I covered my eyes on that one.
Another bogey. What else? Finishing up the front side here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club with a par 5, 621 yards. That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Nice position, short grass, second shot.
That's an absolute beauty.
He's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. just playing excellent golf. 5 under for the tournament. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo for EA Sports. We're back here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. Partner, how do you get off to a good start on this back 9?
Well, there's no problem getting up for this hole, Rich. Very difficult par 3. Wet to the left to be avoided. If you want to keep it dry here, then it's going to require a nice, hard, straight shot.
This hits the fucking trees, because I can see it blinking on the trees. If this hits the trees, I just don't understand how
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Well, the tension is almost unbearable with 115 yards left to the hole. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Another one inside of 5 feet. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. They'll take it. That's a par. Par 4 11, 443 yards. What's the best strategy here, Frank?
Somehow find the fairway, Rich. This is brutal. Miss it left or miss it right. But it's Florida. Fairways are wide enough, soft enough. But a good tee shot's still going to leave you a lengthy second. I'm loving that balance. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. And this attempt will be from about 130 yards.
No. Where's it fucking
This is
going?
not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Get out of this. I think.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation.
It makes no
but
sense.
It's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet.
How much fucking dick curve.
Looks like he just misread that.
Angry.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
So that is a top 10 performance through 2 rounds, Frank.
It's always nice to know that you have a shot with 2 rounds left in the tournament.
That's good. Oh. Jim Furyk is still playing that shit. Holy shit. I remember him for Tiger Woods back in like 06.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
Is it uphill or down? I can't tell. That is uphill. Wait a minute. Oh, looks like right there. Better be right there.
A few more birdies like that, Rich, you never know, just might sneak place on the podium.
In the top 10 right now. Strong par 5 to start, followed by a good par 3. The second hole is 225 yards.
2 bunkers, Rich, when you look at this par 3. In between is a nice corridor. And that's really the line that you want to be looking at going at this par 3. Just thread the gap, and you should safely find the green.
On the green, we're looking at a birdie opportunity. But he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction. Had every chance of going in.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Good roll, solid. That's a par. We're at the third hole now at the Wetlands. It's a par 4, 460 yards. Frank, you watched the Web.com Tour event down here, and what'd you see when the young bombers came to this hole?
Oh, this is a hole they just love, Rich. You know, it's flat, it's long, and it's straight, so they just tee it up, aim it straight at the green, hit it as hard as they can. And some of these guys were just going in with an 8 or a 9 iron. It's quite amazing. And, of course, when you go with an 8 or a 9 iron to this hole, you look at 3 more often than not.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Second shot, good look at the green.
5-mile-an-hour wind, drop it down a little bit. Right there.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here.
Look at that.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Just a couple of feet. Well, yeah, birdie, Frank, and another shot closer.
Sniffing in the right direction.
Par 3 fourth, 250 yards, and you tee off just in front of the swamp, so golf cart's not going to get you to the green here, is it, Frank?
No, it might need an airboat to go across that.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Why is this hole all fucking bricked? Or is this hole been crooked?
This one has a good line.
Nice!
that birdie has to feel even better, Rich, with everything so tight at the top.
Right in the middle of a Donnybrook at this point. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Boy, this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
They'll be happy with that in the fairway. Now a good chance to attack this hole. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Now that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie.
It's that sneaky distance.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it was going to hurt the cause.
And he makes it for par. Moving to the 16th hole here at the Wetlands, 455-yard par 4, and you can see, Frank, that green is heavily guarded.
And consequently, you're really going to have to judge that second shot. Know your yardage, and also a good strike's required to safely keep the ball on the putting surface.
Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
But a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Oh, no, come on, look at that.
Comfortably knocks it in.
17th at the Wetlands, par 3, 238 yards. Frank, how would you describe this hole?
Well, it's a hole really that shapes up well for a nice little high draw. See the angle of the green pointing slightly to the right. Nice little draw into this par 3. And that'll find the nice avenue. Maybe a kick forward, 15, 20 feet left for birdie.
Really?
And if you birdied 16, chance to birdie 17 as well.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
No.
Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
I fucked that hole up, man. Jesus Christ.
Not a problem from there. Right in the middle.
That time, but that was no good one.
Well, this is it, Frank. The 18th hole, and on paper, it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver here. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4. And, well, I always like to finish on a birdie. I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
Lady? Where you going? Alright. Oh shit, I just switched clubs. How do I fix that? Oh.
That's an absolute beauty. Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot.
Moving a little to the right of the flagstick. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
And that wraps up another great day of golf here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. Frank, I really enjoyed that.
I enjoyed the gator bites as well at the end of the day, Rich. Some good golf to be had. Florida's always fun, playing on the Bermuda grass. And once again, shout out to the superintendent letting us play in the tournament conditions here at the Wetlands.
And now it's on to Gator Bites and a beverage. For all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner, along with Frank Novelo, saying so long until next time.
Fucking grinder hit. I swear to God, if that kid took it, man.
Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Welcome to the Stadium Course, TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. It's a masterful blend of challenge and playability designed by the team of Tom Weisskopf and Jay Morrish. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports.
The changes, Rich, they made in 2014 have just added a luster to this great venue that hosts the PGA Tour event each and every year. And it's a great test for any level of play.
Don't mind. Let's move some grass real quick.
Action resuming early on the back nine. Let's go to hole number 11. Has not been a stellar performance to this point, but Frank, not too bad.
When you consider 4-round events, Rich, you're going to have a period where there's a little lull. As long as you can minimize the damage over the course of 4 days, it turns out all right.
All right.
Tom Weisskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Getting set now over the putt. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony. Even par currently.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Well, Frank, this is kind of the forgotten par 3 on the back nine here at TPC Scottsdale. All of that attention on hole number 16. What do you think of the par 3 12th?
This is by far tougher, Rich. Downhill tee shot, especially off that back tee. Bunkering down the left, sort of it catches your eye, but it also takes your eye off the water, which is behind and to the right of this green. Got to be careful. This is a real sleeper, this par 3.
These putts keep the round together. Setting himself up for a good weekend, the Wiley golf instructor makes his birdie. Par 5 13, Frank, what kind of scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get on a par 5, obviously birdies and eagles come to mind. 13's been changed a little bit over the years. The split fairway's gone. Now it's just one fairway. Water in play, bunker on the left side. They certainly define this fairway. And they've toughened up the front and left side of this par 5 green. The longer hitter, the high ball hitter, still will get a reward at 13. Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Headed for the bunker?
No.
Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Par 4 14th, and Frank, this hole packs a little punch, doesn't it?
Yeah, the addition of just a little bit more yardage, plus the bunker on the left has been pushed out into the fairway, actually makes the hole play a little bit longer than its 490 yards. Second shot is a little bit uphill. No longer is there a bunker on the right side. That side of the green is actually open. You don't really want to be trying to miss that green on the right. Should you decide to go at the flag, you're going to have to carry that front bunker.
Always so nice, Frank, when that gleaming white golf ball is sitting up on those emerald fairways, the way this one is.
The game almost appears easy when one is playing their second shot from the middle of the fairway. And you quickly forget how difficult it can be. You look left or right, the game becomes much harder.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
And getting ready for the putt.
Sneaking into contention here with that birdie.
Top 15 now on the leaderboard. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.
Sorry.
Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Simply put, there is nothing like it in the game of golf. It is by far the biggest spectator event in the sport. We're at TPC Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
Well, everybody wants to know about 16, the famed par 3 here, surrounded by those skyboxes. Once again, that'll be a topic of the day. But really, this is a regular site for the PGA Tour. So those of you that were familiar with the golf course, it's now changed. 2014, the designers Morris and Weiskopf did a massive renovation.
Well over 100,000 fans every day, better than 500,000 for the week. It's a giant party mixed in with a heck of a tournament.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. Good try. Just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Fucking fell in.
Just a little tap in here. Good effort and good par putt. Now at the par 4 11th, Frank, I really like this hole.
Well, you might be the only one, Rich, because this is an absolute scorecard wrecker. Water all the way down the left side. There's 2 bunkers. Don't worry about that. They're not off the tee. They're around the green. They protect the left front and the back. If you think you can bail out down the right side, well, you could find cactus and all sorts of crazy things down the right. And believe me, go down there, more than anything, they'll wreck your scorecard as well.
Second shot. Good look at the green. This won't hurt him. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Frank, the good players continue to play good golf, even if they're not winning or in the top 5.
Yeah, that position's starting to look a little brighter than what it was at the beginning of the day. Now in the top 25.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Looks like he just misread that. Just a couple of feet. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Par 5 13th, chance for birdie or maybe even eagle if you're bold and brave enough, but also, Frank, chance for disaster here?
Well, there is. Water very much in play down the right side. There's a bunker down the left, too. If you finish up in that, there's no way you're going for this par 5 and 2. Then it becomes a little bit of a zigzag mission. The second shot either has to be hit down the right side, just skirting that bunker in the front, or it has to be all carry.
Oh, no.
Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. He'll need to be strong with this. Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie.
Or is it birdie? There we go.
Well, after that birdie, has to be feeling as though they're not out of it just yet.
They're not far away from the first page of the leaderboard. A couple more birdies.
Par 4 14th, Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would. Even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent, it's going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side is no snack either, because the ball, more often than not, will finish well above the player's feet. And, of course, that green is very, very narrow, well protected by bunkers on the left.
Second from an excellent lie.
Oh, no.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Look at that.
Yes, he's holed it, Frank.
Unbelievable. From that distance.
It's much easier putting. I should do that every time.
At the 14th now, it's a par 4.
And a dogleg left once again. The bunker on the left side's been pushed out to the fairway to really make you think whether or not you can carry that. It's a lengthy second shot because it's going to play a little bit uphill. And this green is well protected on the left side with the 2 bunkers.
TPC Scottsdale and TPC fucking what was the other one? Sawmill or whatever. Those were good. I just have a feeling this game's not going to be as good as I want it to be. Like, I'm basing it on fucking Tiger Woods 06. Or even before that, when you had the heartbeats.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour.
Boom, boom, boom. Focus in and just go. Oh, that was good.
Set in the Sonoran Desert and surrounded by the majestic McDowell Mountains, we're at the stadium course at TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all the action for today's event. Frank, when you think about the TPC Scottsdale, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The golf course has been radically changed in 2014, but it still hasn't lost its luster. Really, it's just been updated like the game itself for these young, strong players of the modern era. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Frank starting to make the move.
Leaderboard very volatile at the moment, so a lot of move in that middle piece of the leaderboard. Top 20 so far.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Good swing, good shot yet again. Birdie try up next.
No,
just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Still a tough looking putt though. Fuck. Is it going up or downhill? It's not even moving, so I guess just go to the left.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
Par 3 12th may not be as famous as the par 3 16th, but Frank, you think this may be a tougher and even better hole?
We see more bogeys and double bogeys here on 12 than 16 will ever see, and courtesy of the water behind and to the right of the screen. If you're going to bail out, find one of those bunkers. A good bunker player obviously can get it up and down, but it's still no snack trying to record your par 3 at 12.
Oh my God.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Strong winds have been a factor all day here, Frank. What's the key to scoring low in conditions like this?
Well, sometimes you've almost got to make the ball go to ground. You've just got to keep it out of those high breezes, play away from the trouble.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
Oh, dude, that's
pretty good shot right
there. As
there.
bad as the last one.
Shouldn't be a problem here.
Fuck.
Beautiful roll on that one, right in the bottom. To the par 5 13th here at TPC Scottsdale. Lots of danger left and right of this tight fairway, Frank.
This hole has really changed over the years. There used to be a split fairway. That no longer exists. That bunker you can see down the left side, which you can't carry, really defines the left side of this hole. Water still in play down the right, and big change here is the bunkering along the left, front, and left side of this green. So you can't just blaze away and comfortably expect to hit 13 and 2 anymore.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5.
Second shot on a par 5. All right.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
I can make
and
this.
It looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means.
That's terrible.
Frank, how good was that just to get it on the green?
Well, from that shot there, you would have thought for sure that there was no chance he had of finding the green. That was some shot.
Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
Yes.
Good roll, solid. That's a par. Par 4 14th, and Frank, this hole packs a little punch, doesn't it?
Yeah, the addition of just a little bit more yardage, plus the bunker on the left has been pushed out into the fairway, actually makes the whole play a little bit longer than its 490 yards. Second shot is a little bit uphill. No longer is there a bunker on the right side. That side of the green is actually open. You don't really want to be trying to miss that green on the right. Should you decide to go at the flag, you're going to have to carry that front bunker. Second shot.
Oh, are you kidding? You're not even kidding. You get a cement bounce into the fucking dirty stuff. It makes no sense.
That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
All right, Frank, now the fun begins. We are teed up at the par 5 15th hole. Plenty to talk about here.
Yeah, the fairway down the left side is anything other than straight. It's more like a shipwreck, the raggedness of it. And that water in play, well, if you do find one on, he's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. Not overly big, but man, can really move it a long ways. Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Settles in over the putt. Starting to move now, Frank, on this leaderboard.
Certainly going all in the positive direction. He's in the middle of the pack, now top 15.
3 rounds in the books, outside the top 10, going to the final 18. Frank, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think you're going to have to approach the final round in a couple of different phases. Try and be aggressive early on. If you do get a few birdies in the bank, you really still can fancy yourself with a chance to win. It'll all depend on that start tomorrow.
Oh, God. Let's try it again.
This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Here at the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona, and Frank, when so many people tune in to watch this great event, they think immediately of the 16th hole, with all of those fans jammed in. It's like Fenway Park inside the desert there, but it's much more than that little par 3, isn't it?
It certainly is more than that, Rich. The TPC Scottsdale is a great venue for a PGA Tour event. It's a blend of everything: birdie opportunities, holes that are fought by water, bunkering that's been changed. All in all, it's a great atmosphere with nearly 500,000 people that visit this during the tournament week.
Headed for the bunker?
Mustard. Yeah.
That one is in the bunker.
I have to get an hole on this. This is par 3 or 4.
Looking to splash this softly onto the green.
Fucking reset.
It is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good.
For bogey. Really?
He got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
Now at the par 5 15th, and Frank, there is plenty to catch your eye. There's also quite a bit to catch your ear. You can hear the roars at the par 3 16th. So how do you focus on the task at hand?
Great question, Rich. You know, you realize you're about to enter the stadium part of the golf course, but this is the last par 5 that you're going to play. We've seen eagles here over the years. We've seen many a player hit it in the water off the tee or water short of the green. Certainly one of the tougher tee shots coming in. No bunkers here to worry about, just that huge lake to the left. Find the fairway. You might just find the green.
Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. Getting some sand in the shoes now. For a second straight hole, he's in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Oh my God, we're going to play back and forth.
Either misjudged the win or
Fucking
simply
stupid.
just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
So in the bunker, getting set to play the 5th shot. Okay, good shot on the dance floor. This hole is playing tough. Bogey here yesterday, now looking at bogey again. Frank, it has been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey. Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, what makes this so special is the walk underneath the grandstands. It's the Gladiator coming into the Coliseum.
That's a perfect description, Rich, and that's why this hole is unlike any other hole in the PGA Tour. The atmosphere that the players feel on that tee, they cannot prepare for, they can't experience anywhere else. This is a once-in-a-lifetime par 3.
And when you look at it from up high with the blimp view, it sort of appears as though they dropped Fenway Park or Wrigley Field right into the desert. And this is a sellout crowd. I mean, this is 20,000 fans, and there's nothing like it. There's not a single hole in golf that has more fans on it than the 16th here at TPC Scottsdale. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Frank, when you get to the 17th hole, we always recall maybe the single most bizarre shot in the history of golf.
Yeah, everybody talks about maybe a hole-in-one at 16, but really 17. And the player was Andrew McGee. It was a good tee shot, don't get me wrong. But, Rich, it needed an assist.
Well, the assist came from Tom Byram, whose brother Kurt is a commentator for the Golf Channel. Tom Byram was just minding his own business, standing on the green, sort of leaning on his putter, and you know what happened.
Yeah, the ball hit Tom Byram's putter and then careened into the hole. So, 17. Made famous, a little bit of history with a couple of names to drag up from the past.
Well, he's on the green, but still plenty of work left. About a 25-footer coming up. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
It's a good-looking putt right here. I might like it. Well, that just brings a smile to your face, puts a little pep in the step when you make them from downtown. Par 4 18th, and Frankie, if you are trying to win the tournament out here at TPC Scottsdale, this is all you want down the stretch.
It is. There's a short bunker there, obviously, for the recreational player to respect. 3 bunkers down the right side protected, and that new bunkering situation down the left there to stop the attack of a Bubba Watson or a J.B. Holmes. Now, this tee shot is going to have to be respected, and the green, too, is anything other than flat.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Wow, I thought he made that.
Now putt for par.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, that's just a poor putt, Frank, and now let's hope he doesn't make a Michael Dublé.
He's hardly going to be singing after that one.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. So after all that, it's a bogey.
Come on, Barbie. Let's go.
Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
Well, I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf. And it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.
+3. Oh, God. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Here we are now at the 11th. Nothing noteworthy here in the first round, Frank, but still plenty of golf to be played.
That's right, Rich. A little bit of a dry spell, but really not a lot of damage done. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
Looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
On the green in regulation. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
When you consider the length of that putt, it's a good putt.
These putts keep the round together. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Frank, the par fives here at Bay Hill so important. What's the 12th like?
570 odd yards, tee it high, let it fly. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards. Second shot.
Wow, way to the right here.
And there's rough over there. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. That's off, rough. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Right on those shot, I would say.
Solid play, heart of the green. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Par 4 13th, Frank, you've played it on a number of occasions. How do you attack this hole?
Really one of the shortest on the golf course, but this is a fool's paradise here. There's a lot of things that can go wrong.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. This is the second shot at the par 4. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Settles in over the putt. Always nice to be comfortably inside that cut line. The wily golf instructor makes birdie. Frank, I like a good par 3 over 200 yards, requiring that one good clean strike. And here's a good case in point, 216 yards, all you want.
Yeah, bunkered at the back, bunkered to the left side, a little collection area to the right. So really, in the end, you've got one choice. That's at your best.
Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If he can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the confidence.
Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
1 under for the round. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Navalo. So long for now.